I'm a recruiter and I review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a full stack software engineer, and it is a garbage resume. Now, the reason I know it's a garbage resume is they told me. They told me their ratio, and the ratio is how you can tell if your resume is in fact good or garbage. A good ratio is how many applications it takes to get an interview, and a good one is 1 in 7. That's what people get when they follow my method. That's like fantastic. So for that is for every 7 applications you send, you get 1 interview. But if your resume is getting at least 1 interview per 50 applications, it's solid, right? We could do some improvements to it, but overall that is a pass for a resume. But this one, on the other hand, takes them over 150 applications to get an interview. So this is a garbage resume. And I want to be clear, this is a garbage resume, not a garbage person. There's a big difference. Your resume does not define you. But I do more than software engineers. It's just like I review any resume that comes across my desk that you submit, but software engineers is like one of the worst job markets right now. So 70% of them is that. So for a full stack software engineer, what we need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. I swear to you, if you do not have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS in your resume, you are in for a bad time. Is it basic? Yes. Does that matter? No. You need to put the basics. The basics are what you need. So, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. React or React.js. Node.js. Angular. Next.js, SQL or NoSQL, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, Cloud, CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for any of that other stuff. So recruiters and hiring managers only have 20 seconds to find what we need. So will I be able to find 75% of these in qualification format, not keyword format, in 20 seconds? And the answer to that is no, because it's a 1 in 500. And if it's a 1 in 500, that means there's definitely a lot wrong here. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I can find and go. Okay, AWS is good, but why did you do that? CSCD is okay. Developed and refactored. Why do I care that you refactored? Using Nest to reduce infrastructure cost, working with, you already mentioned this, there's nothing else in here that I want. Authorized, clear, and comprehensive technical, that's nice, but again, that's not really what I'm looking for. Forged, what do you mean forged? Did you just hammer that down? Forged? What do you mean forged? But yeah, this would be declined. So this person stated, not sure what's wrong with my resume. Help me find out, as I'm not getting a lot of calls. Also, I really love your videos and learned a lot, so thanks for that. Good. I'm glad you learned a lot. And I will destroy this resume so that you can get a job, right? So the big problem is you just didn't give me enough of what I wanted. The formatting is atrocious. Use this formatting. The link is below. This is how you do it. But even beyond the formatting, the thing is, like, why do I care that you refactored services? Now, Nest.js isn't on there, but it is of the JS variety, so that does not count as JavaScript, but it would at least count as where did it go? Node.js or Next.js, because Nest.js would count on there. So, but it does not count as JavaScript. Yes, I'm aware that's enraging, but that's what you need to do. And you already mentioned AWS up above, which is good, so you don't need to mention it here. But if you noticed, nothing about this would scream full stack. So you are applying to a full stack job. And while I am looking for CI/CD, I am looking for AWS, I am looking for Nest.js, I'm also looking for full stack. So where is it? I don't know. You didn't tell me. And if you're about to get mad at me like, well, X implies Y, no. Nothing can imply anything on your resume. That is rule number 3 on your resume, is if it's implied that it doesn't exist. Is that fair? No. But the recruiter that does not follow that rule is a recruiter that gets fired for being incompetent. So you cannot imply it. You have to state it. Now, down here, forged it. Stop with these weird adjectives. Just say built, created. Forged is a weird choice of words. An AI powered, nice to have. Chat interface utilizing, just say using. JavaScript good, and OpenAI enabling users to explore. Again, so there's a. All right. So the problem with, okay, and then again, nothing here. It is good that you mentioned AWS here. So here is the rule with mentioning a keyword, which these are, is you want 1 per job, right? Like, it should be, you don't want to double up on the same keyword per job. So because they mentioned AWS here, let me show you this. Mentioning AWS here, great. Mentioning AWS here, whoop, bad. Mentioning AWS here, good. So don't double up in the same job, and each of your bullet points should have 3 keywords minimum. Now, I said earlier that I am not hunting for keywords, and yet I am talking about keywords. So let me explain what I am actually hunting for. A keyword is what the hiring team needs. This is what the manager wants. The manager wants somebody that can use TypeScript and JavaScript and CSS. The managers want somebody that can do any type of cloud or CI/CD. This is not what the recruiter states. This is what the manager wants. Now, recruiters are not looking for this. We are looking for qualifications, and a qualification is what you did, which would be a keyword, plus how you used it, plus the business reasons you used it, plus where you used it. If you don't meet those 4, what, how, business reasons, and where, it does not count as a qualification. And that is the big disconnect that job seekers have, is they think we are just searching for this. If I was just searching for this, then all of these would be fine. And all the way at the bottom, they have a skill section, which you can't even see. It's like literally farther. I don't even know if I can show you all. All the way down here, there's a skill section. But again, the problem is I'm not hunting for keywords. I'm hunting for qualifications, and nothing in a skill section can be used. So this person's key flaw is thinking that by putting them in the skills section, that would just be enough. But it's not. You have to write full sentences about how you use these, and you need to have a minimum of 3 keywords per bullet point, right? So it just, the first one should say deployed applications using TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML on AWS using CI/CD pipelines for RX, right? Like, why did you do that? That would be a sentence that gets somebody a job alone. Developed and refactored. Why do I care about refactored? Nobody knows what that means. Nobody's looking for refactored in a job posting. To improve performance and reduce infrastructure costs. See, improve performance and reduce infrastructure cost is fine. But then working extensively with this is not what we're looking for. So this doesn't matter. We need better bullet points here. Whoop, I highlighted it in the wrong color. That is my fault. So, and then this sentence has nothing. So if you notice, I only have this. I don't see any full stack. And then here, built an AI-powered chatbot or whatever using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and X that allowed Y. So I just need more, right? I need more of these because I need 75% of them. And remember, people are trying to tell you that we're keyword hunting. We're not. We're qualification hunting. And the difference between a keyword and a qualification is night and day, and that is why you are having trouble. That and the fact that we are in a recession and you are entry level, which is just also very difficult. Like, to be clear, it is a nightmare to search for jobs. We are in a recession, but this is what you can do to fix it to get yourself a better ratio. And like I say, when people follow my advice, they get a 1 in 7. Now, there are some exceptions to that. If you're going for only remote, it's a 1 in 30. If you need immigration services, it's 1 in 30 to 1 in 100. It's just that tough. And if you are pure entry level, no, even entry level 1 in 7. I've gotten plenty of people 1 in 7. So if you want to get 1 interview per 7 applications, follow this advice. And if you ever need more help, you can always join me on my live stream. That's where I get this stuff. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on both YouTube and Twitch. I live stream on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. Yeah, if you like this, leave a comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you want to get access to videos a little bit early, right after I record them, or a couple of days sometimes if I get delayed, you can become a member, and members of my channel get access to those videos a little early, and it's a way to support me. And I just want to say to all of my members, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to join, the link is below, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. Another one. So this person, we don't know their ratio, but I don't need to repeat what I just set up there. So let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. and see how good this is. And start. Okay, I don't need this. Degrees, there's way too many here. I don't really need that. This is confusing me. And built a full stack, good, using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, good, PHP, don't care about, WordPress, don't care about, and third-party APIs on AWS and OCI for nonprofit. What do you mean by this? And develop Java and Android. Okay, and that is time. So there, you don't need a summary, right? Because you an experience working in full-time after 5 years. I don't think that's, why is that relevant? This still reads like a software engineer. I don't think you actually need this. You're not really changing industries. And then the all other issue I have here is this is very confusing. You don't tell me if you actually graduated from these, which I really do need. Now, it could just be you're not doing it for the stream, and that's okay. The second is, I don't really care about a cloud Oracle infrastructure. There's really no certs I would like in a software engineer. Some jobs want certs, some don't. And then this really confuses me. Like, did you graduate? What is this from? I don't know why this, like, is this computer science related? I don't understand. I know this is not computer science, but mathematics can sometimes work for people. So this is confusing me. And then we go down to here, and you have a lot of hot dogs. So I haven't covered it this video, but what a hot dog is not a hamburger. I think we can all agree a hot dog is not a hamburger. So I want you to imagine that you are hungry. All right, you're hungry. You have 30 minutes for lunch. You want a cheeseburger with pickles and onions. So you go to a restaurant and you say, "Hey, waiter, I would like a cheeseburger with pickles and onions." And the waiter says, "Cheeseburger and pickles and onions." And you say, "Yep, cheeseburger, pickles, onions." They say, "Right away, boss. Let me go get that for you." So they go to the kitchen. You wait a couple of minutes or however long it takes, for depending on the type of restaurant. And they come back and they bring you a hot dog with cheese, pickles, and onions. And they say, "All right, here's your hamburger." And you would be like, "No. This is a hot dog. Why? What is this?" And they say, "Well, a hot dog has meat like a hamburger. A hot dog has buns like a hamburger. A hot dog can have cheese, pickles, and onions just like a hamburger. So based on what you said, this is exactly what you wanted." And you would walk away because that's not what you ordered. And this is the exact same problem you have with your resumes. The HTML, CSS, JavaScript, hamburger. That's what I want. PHP, hot dog. If you're doing front end roles, that is a hamburger. But for full stack, it's a hot dog. I understand how insane that sounds, but that's just what the jobs want. WordPress, again, hot dog, not needed. Third-party APIs, hot dog. AWS, hamburger. OCI, hot dog. And then what do you mean improved operation and online visibility? That's not a business why. I need to know why you help the business. That doesn't say it. Then develop Java. And then here's where I get really confused because, A, what is OCI? Second, I don't know if they're really going to care about Android. They may care about Java, and they will care about Python, but I don't know if they're going to care about Android. There are some roles where this would be good, but the vast majority, this is a hot dog. Spring Boot, again, kind of a hot dog, unless we're going for pure Java on the back end. TypeScript, good. Docker, good. AI tooling, what kind of tooling in AI? I don't know. RESTful APIs, and then, again, I don't understand what this is, nor why it would be relevant. You need to give us a clear understanding of why it helps the business. And then here, SEO, not relevant. Not relevant. Guiding technical business owners is nice, but again, this is not what they're looking for a full stack. Some companies will want you to be client facing, so I'm going to leave this in as a extra credit. But the problem is I only have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I have Python and AWS, but I have to dig through a bunch of garbage to get to it. And if I have to dig through a bunch of hot dogs, I'm going to think you didn't give me the hamburger, which I need. So, and then this, architected is good, but the rest of this is unrelated. Like, I don't care that you used Excel. I don't care that you did whatever this analysis. The architected is great. The reason you did this was good, right? I like that, but there's no actual keywords in this one. It's one of the few where you just don't put in a keyword, which is what we need. So let me read what you wrote. Hey, oh boy, that is a lot. Oh my goodness, I just saw this. All right, this video is gonna get a little bit longer, which is good. I'd rather you tell me more than less, okay? More is good. Hey Lee, thanks for taking advice to look at my resume. I enjoyed the stream, and I implied a stream and wanted to stare. I've been a software engineer for 12 years, mostly Java, and you may be more benefited just looking for a Java role instead of a full stack role. That might be the case. Let's see, in October of 2015 with a contractor, I had temporary roles since I was already committed. I had later transitioned to permanent roles. That's not a big deal. I actually don't think they'd even really notice it that much. That's something you could easily describe on the phone screen. I served as a founder and leader of a small nonprofit. That role was leadership first, strategy, fundraising, and building a multicultural team. Again, that is nice, but it's not really related. Unless you're applying for some startups might like that. Let's see. Since mid, I've been back in full-time software. I've been doing independent full-time projects and upskilling. I also recently led a short, intensive data analytics campaign. I also have another 5 years of nonprofit. Your resume is too scattered. You would want 4 to 5 resumes, right? You have one that focuses on the leadership, another that focuses as a lead dev, another that's pure full stack, and another that's Java. You should break it into 4 resumes. One difficulty I've run into is that my leader experience, though extensive, is completely non-technical. And I don't know if I can jump into principal manager role. It depends. That the leadership is not necessarily how much you know in tech. A lot of times these leadership roles, they need you to know a little bit of tech, but the leadership is the most important. So this is where you break your resume into 4. I would love advice on improving this resume. I mean, there's too much hot dogs in this. And there's making sure my summary is appropriate. You don't need a summary at all for this resume. Making sure my 2024 and clearance interim roles are accurately and useful. I didn't even notice I didn't even notice because the clearance is not needed for a lot of roles. Again, this is where you need a separate resume. In fact, you may just want a full stack resume with clearance and a full stack resume without clearance. And if you're up to it, any suggestions what role would be a good fit? That is unfortunately not something I can help with. So your big problem is this is 4 resumes Frankenstein into one. You need to split them off into separate resumes because there's a lot of stuff here that is good, but people are not able to find it because there's a lot of confusing stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're the best software engineer in the world. If this is a pure leadership role, they're not going to care. If this is a leadership role, I need to see actual leadership stuff. So break it into 4. Break it to a tech manager, a tech lead, a full stack, a backend Java, and then maybe another full stack with security clearance. Because right now this is just too crazy. The point is no one's going to really know what ones you want. So, next resume. This is a resume of a staff accountant. So, for a staff accountant, what we need is degree, CPA. You don't need this, but if you have a CPA, it's so impactful. You can get a job without a CPA, but my goodness, if they see that CPA, they will reach out to you. In fact, you probably don't need any help if they put the CPA. CPA is currently amazing for accountants. Then I need Microsoft Office with a focus on Excel, manage multiple active projects and deadlines, GAP, which is generalized accounting something principles. I forgot what the other A stood for. Attention to detail, good communication, written and verbal, and then nice to have is general ledger systems such as Oracle Fusion. So this resume is getting 150 to 1, which is bad. So let's see what they're doing wrong. 20 seconds on the clock. And go. All right. Good degree. Analyze financial statements using Excel. Good. SQL. Don't care about. Power BI. Don't care about. Evaluated work papers. Financial issues. That's okay. Monitored account activity to spot. It's not bad. Worked with cross-functional. Okay, that is time. You had some stuff I wanted, although I will say the accounting market for non-CPAs is brutal. But let me read what you wrote. I've been applying to associate positions in the New York area, but haven't received any responses. I'd like help improving my resume and increasing the chances. So I assume you already did some of the stuff that I have because this looks like my format. But let's actually dig down into what we're going for here. So again, we need to be very focused about what's in the resume because there are some hot dogs. So analyzed financial statements using Excel, pivot tables, macros. If you can do macros, just say pivot tables and macros. Good. This is good. But then I don't need SQL, right? It's good for data analyst. It's not good for accountants. You've got to be very focused on your job title. If the job title is incorrect, the rest of the resume will be incorrect. And Power BI, again, don't really what I need here. So this bullet point only has one. Also, I don't know if they would know what some ifs are. But pivot tables and VLOOKUP is good. Just, yeah. But I would just say Excel, advanced Excel is probably what you want to say. Using advanced Excel and then put in like XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP. But I need a little bit more because if you notice, this bullet point only has one. So you told me the reason and result, which is good, but I need a little bit more here. Second off, something is off about your formatting. I think you started too low. Yeah, because my education starts here, yours starts down here, and that is off a little bit. And then again, there's no big gap here, right? This goes immediately into it. There's a small gap. But back to the bullet points. Then evaluated work papers by reviewing financial records to detect and resolve issues, ensuring compliance with GAAP, and preventing financial errors. So again, you wrote a good reason and result, but I need more than this. So what I would rather you say is used whatever the full way of GAAP is, generalized accounting blank principles, parentheses, GAAP, to review financial records to detect and resolve issues. And then I need a little bit more stuff here, right? Monitored account to spot concerns and explain stakeholders. This is good. It just, again, I need more. So my big problem here is each of these only has about one keyword I'm actually looking for. And I need you to have a minimum of 3 keywords per each. Because otherwise they're not gonna scroll down enough. And if you noticed, I did find the degree, I did find the Excel, but I didn't find Office. The rest of the Office is important. So this is semi-correct. I didn't see that you could manage multiple active projects. I did see GAAP. I didn't see attention to detail. I did see good communicator. And then I'm still missing the rest of these. So this is the problem with your resume, is it's you need more, right? You explain stuff perfectly, right? I really love how you wrote those sentences, but you actually do just need to cram keywords into this. Most resumes don't want to cram keywords in because they've got the how and the reason and result wrong. You got the how and the reason and result correct. You're just missing the actual keyword. So I need some that show Microsoft Office in addition to Excel. I need to see that you manage multiple active projects and attention to detail, and I need deadlines. So crunch those in together, make a little bit more, but you've got the right idea. And remember, you need to apply early. The faster you apply, the better your chances. If you apply and there's already 100 people, you probably won't get seen. Next resume. This is a resume of a data analyst. So this person is getting 0 interviews, although I think I see they may need a visa on here, so their ratio is going to be skewed. But even with a visa, I have gotten data analyst a 1 in 30 before to a 1 in 100. So we should still have it shouldn't take you over 150 to get a single interview. They said I have done almost 1,000 applications, but haven't gotten any interviews. So this is getting 0, right? 0. So let's see what we can do to fix it, because I have fixed these. It's very common. So data analyst, degree, industry, SQL, data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, Looker. This is where you want data, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, right? Yes, I mentioned a lot of these in a lot of videos, but each job is going to need specific skills. You need to do the research, which my guide shows you how, on how to find the right skills for the job before you make your resume. Then I need to see that you've influenced stakeholders, explaining the technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders. You cannot just say, I made a tool. I need you to explain to Elon Musk what the data is and why changing Twitter to X is a bad idea. And how you solve the problem with the data, not what the data is. I don't care that you used a Monte Carlo X blah, 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 blah. I just care what the data is used for. So remember, we need to know the business need of it, not how you got the data. MS Excel, macros, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, Word, ETL, Python, R, multiple projects and deadlines. Honestly, you probably don't need R, but you do need Python and the other stuff. And nice to have is cloud and AI. So let's see what they are missing, because even for an international, you should still be getting 1 in 100 at a minimum. Sorry, you should be getting 1 in 100. So away we go and go. Okay, degree, good. Use Excel, okay, to analyze manual reporting flows and entering process gaps, supporting stakeholders. What do you mean supporting? Okay. Performed EDA, I don't know what that is, nor do I care. 10K baking records, don't really care. Using SQL and Python, good. Resolving data errors and inconsistencies and reducing manual bottlenecks, this means nothing. Built Power BI dashboards, integrating multiple baking data sets to track KPIs, and time. I don't know why everybody focuses on KPIs and data analysts. Like, every single data analyst resume focuses so hard on KPIs. And I don't actually understand why, because it's so rare to find that in the job description. Like, business analysts sometimes want KPIs, but data analysts usually don't. Like, yeah, you're gonna have KPIs, which is key performance indicators, but you don't want to mention them on the resume because they're irrelevant. So my problem with this is, again, you give me too many hot dogs and you don't have enough. So used Excel, good, but don't say basic macros. Just say macros. You don't need to say basic macros. Just say macros. To analyze manual reporting workflow. What is that? What is manual reporting workflow? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Identifying process gaps. What's a process gap? I don't know. And supporting stakeholders is good in prioritizing automation initiatives. Why? What was the business need for that? What was the point of that? I don't know. You did not tell me. Performed EDA. Again, what is EDA? Why is that relevant? On the amount doesn't matter. Using SQL does. So you can just say use SQL, or, I don't know, resolve data errors using SQL and Python, right? But this is not really, like, I need a little bit more. And then again, there's only 2 keywords here, which is SQL and Python. The AI is extra credit, right? You need more than that. So you need one more keyword here. Built Power BI dashboards, good. Integrating multiple baking data sets to track KPIs. Again, KPIs are not really as relevant. And deliver operational insights, enabling leadership to identify efficiency opportunities and reduce operational costs by 12%. Too technical. And again, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking how you let stakeholders do better. I'm looking for you convincing them. I'm looking for you explaining technical concepts to them. That is not what you wrote. You just wrote built this. Delivered reporting automation and iterative, just say agile scrum sprints. Collaborating with cross-functional teams. Again, there's really nothing here except for, I'm going to add agile scrum as a nice to have. That's a bonus. So there's nothing here. So this entire sentence is basically blank. Ran A/B testing to validate. Nobody cares. Okay. Built predictive and analytical models. Pythons. Okay. Again, there's nothing here I really have. So I don't see you influencing stakeholders. Remember, the key thing here is influencing. Not building stuff for them, influencing them using the stuff that you built. That is a key difference. So the only things I really found here is Excel, SQL, Python, and Power BI, which again, good, but you need 75% to move forward. So this is the biggest problem, is most of this is blank, and why you're not moving forward. Because again, even as an international, you should be getting at least 1 and 1 in 100. It's Agile. I forgot that should be there. So I need you to go back to the drawing board on this. The formatting is fine, right? Formatting is perfect. That's fine. But I need you to actually put down what we need, because you kind of filled this with hot dogs. And this is what we actually see, and the hiring manager sees too. Is like, that's great that you supported the stakeholders, but I need to see that you can convince Elon Musk that changing Twitter to X is a bad idea. I need you to explain to these stakeholders who don't know how to turn on their email, who cannot send an email, what you did, and you don't do that. So I need you to go back to the drawing board on some of these, and remember, you have to be razor focused on the actual hamburgers. If you focus too much on any hot dog, you're in for a bad time. Next resume. This is the second iteration of a financial analyst resume. So what we need for a financial analyst is degree, Microsoft Excel, pivot tables, lookups, macros, PowerPoint, Word, meet deadlines and multitask, work with cross-functional teams, customers, and stakeholders, and influence them. You really need to learn how to influence people. Like, it's so important to put on a resume for not every role, but a good chunk of roles. And then I want to see that you proactively solved problems with data. Not what the data is, how you proactively solve problems with it. And then nice to have is SAP and Teams. So, 20 seconds on the clock. This is 100 to 1, so it's better, but we need a little bit. We need to change it up a bit. So, 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay, degree, good. Formatting so evaluate financial statements for multiple companies and influence stakeholder decisions by using Excel. Empower to commit investment support informed business decisions. You got to tell me what you influence them, but good start. Manage multiple responsibilities while resolving issues during high pressure periods. Meet all deadlines. Good. Proactively solve business risks, identifying solutions. Okay. Worked with cross-functional teams and time. It's not bad. We need to. You kind of buried the lead a little bit, because like you put what I wanted to see towards the tail end of a sentence when I want you to put them towards the beginning. But let me read what you wrote. Let's see. So you were laid off a couple of months ago from a large corp, have not received any new opportunities. This is their second one. So I applied early within the first 50 applicants. Good. Roles in my state and nearby. I've had a couple of phone screens and they've all gone well, but I haven't received any interviews yet. Well, you've got interviews. For the phone screens count as interviews. Phone screens are interviews. And sometimes been ghosted after follow-up. That is unfortunately not something you can prevent. People ghost so much today. Both candidates and recruiters and managers, everybody is ghosting more. It is exhausting. I hate it, but everybody ghosts. I try not to clarify, but everybody ghosts. It's exhausting. All my contact information is correct. Okay, so again, the big problem with this is kind of you burying the lead a bit. So formatting is fine, right? I don't. There's actually no, formatting is not fine. Your font is wrong. I think your font is wrong. It might just be you started in a different, but the font might be a little bit wrong. Remember, it looks like this for a reason. Second is, you kind of buried what I wanted to see, right? Like, I'd rather you just say, let's see, because evaluated financial, I'd rather you say compared, How would I actually rewrite this? Because there is a way to do it. I would say used Excel, pivot tables, VLOOKUPs, macros, SQL, and PowerPoint to influence our stakeholders' decisions for financial statements for our companies that let them do X. Right? Like I want you to start with the important stuff, and then I kind of want to know what was the result of it, because you don't really tell me the result of those informed business decisions. And I really want to know. And then manage multiple responsibilities while resolving issues during high pressure periods to meet all deadlines. This is okay, but you could probably just shoehorn in deadlines to somewhere else. It's not terrible though, because like to compare investment options while meeting all deadlines. Like that is actually something you could put up here where it just says while meeting all deadlines, right? And then proactively solve business risks by analyzing financial data, identifying solutions. See, again, I don't want you to just say proactively here. I want you to say analyzed financial data to provide proactive business solutions or business issues by guiding our stakeholders, which resulted in X. Like, I have the how and I have the what. I'm really struggling to find the actual business reasons you've done this stuff. Like, what was the actual result? And I don't need numbers. I just want to know, like, to a better quarter or to solve X and Y. Worked with cross-functional teams by coordinating time-sensitive information during projects, ensure accurate delivery. That is good because that shows cross-functional, that shows deadlines, and that shows that you can talk with them. This one is actually a really, really good bullet point. So these bullet points are mid, which is why you're only getting 1 in 100. And there's not much down here that I can see that is relevant. So yeah, I need you to be a little bit better on these bullet points, and I don't want you to bury the lead. Remember that even though we're qualification hunting, the keyword should still be in the first half of the first sentence of each of these. And I want you to be a lot more clear about the results of this. And remember, the results is not a number, but like to meet client expectations is a result. That's a result. That's fine. But towards stronger financial results is, weirdly enough, not a result. I need you to know that let them just do X and why it was important. So is this the worst resume ever? No, not at all. But there are ways to improve it. And those are what you can do to improve it. Because right now I'm just missing a little bit about the reason or result of it that is described in a business way. So that is all I can do for this video. Thank you all for watching and liking and commenting, subscribing. And if you ever needed more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on Twitch and YouTube. I go over this stuff, and that is where I teach people how to get these jobs. And that is where I find these. So twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. Thank you for watching. And if you want to, skip, my brain is so tired. If you would like to support the channel and you want to get access to videos a little bit early, you can join below to become a member on YouTube. I just want to thank all my members. Thank you very much for supporting me. I appreciate it. And that's it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.